Welcome to another edition of 42 Straight Years In. On my crackhead update, I just came from 7-Eleven up on Ross Avenue and Peak. And when I was coming out of the 7-Eleven going back to the car, this black chick walked up to me. She says, "Excuse me, sir, how are you today?" I said, "I'm good. And it's cold outside and it's drizzling rain right now." And she said, she had a blanket wrapped around her. She said, "I'm hungry." I said, "Let's go back in the store. I'll buy you something to eat." She said, "I'm a grown woman. I don't need you to buy me nothing to eat. Just give me the money and I'll buy it myself." I said, "No," I only got a card." Well, she said, "Go in there and get cash back." I said, "Hey, this is my card. I'll buy you something to eat if you're hungry. I'm not giving you no cash." Then she started using the regular shaming language. She said, "If I was a white woman, you would buy me, you would give me some cash." I said, "No, I wouldn't." I said, I treat all of you the same. It don't make no difference." I said, "All of you full of game." I said, "But why you hanging over here in East Dallas? Nowhere to eat over here in East Dallas. They ain't got no homeless shelters or nobody feeds over here in East Dallas. You need to go towards South Dallas. That's where you ain't got to be hungry at. There's all type of places to go eat over there. And it's people riding around, just pull up and give you a hot plate, give you hot coffee, hot chocolate, give you sandwiches, give you hygiene, blankets, tents, backpacks. They give that stuff away free." I said, "I used to be homeless. I ain't never asked nobody for nothing." Then she told me, she said, "I don't want to hear your sad sack story." So I had to politely curse her out. I was trying to refrain from doing it. I don't feel bad you taking advantage of somebody, because she's trying to use her shaming language and talking fly to me, but you the one begging for me. I ain't asked you nothing. I ain't said one word to you. So she got politely cursed out. And that's my crackhead update. Y'all know what it is. Get your shanks out and let's ride. Yeah, one of my main goals is to at least get 10% of my subscribers over on Patreon. I wild out over on Patreon. I can't do it over here. I go into better detail, more graphic detail on Patreon than I can on this channel. Today I'm gonna speak on sex assaults for underage. Because I've had this same thing happen to me. I've had the same proposition, and I know a lot of other guys probably have too. Something should be did to these underage chicks who approach a guy trying to sell themselves and say if he agreed to it, he get caught up some type of way, he receive a life sentence in prison. Because they got several ways they can do it. They can charge you with the actual RAPE. They can charge you with the sex assault. That just entails touching her. Touch any body parts. That's the assault. Or they can say you RAPE a child. They got several ways they can do it. And in all likelihood, they're going to take her version of what transpired. Now, they don't receive no punishment at all. She know exactly, even though she can't consent by law, but she know exactly what she's doing. She know better than to go drink some bleach or Clorox. So I don't know if she's learning that off the internet, her older sister or her mother. And she know the only way she gonna be able to get something is she provide sex to a guy. She provide gratification. He provide monetary funds. That's how the game is played, no matter how you cut it and dice it. the bottom line, that's how it's played. Now, even when I lived in Austin, I'm just standing at a bus stop. 3 young chicks walked up. It's a middle school a couple blocks away. So evidently they had on the school uniform. They are not no more than 15, if they're 15. She approached me. She said, "How you doing today, sir?" I said, "Oh, I'm doing good. I was getting ready to go downtown Austin. It was a Friday night. I was gonna go hang out. Sometimes I go in the bars on 6th Street and sit in there and watch a soccer game or a football game. I didn't have the little money I had to live off of. I didn't have no money to do no partying and all that." Well, anyway, she said, "How you doing today, sir?" I said, "I'm doing good." She said, "I'm looking for me a party." I'm looking at how young she is. She said, "It's going to be boring at home. I want to go party." I said, "Man, you a little bit too young for me." She said, "I ain't said nothing about your age." She said, "I done did anything that you done did." I want to tell you, you ain't even came close. You ain't came close to me. You ain't close. You ain't dealt with no old lord and wildcat and all that crazy crap. You ain't dealt with none of that in your life. That shit would drive you insane. You couldn't even handle it. I know you can't handle it. And now if I was a damn fool, I could take her up on that offer. Some males gonna say, "Man, this is a pretty young chick," and they gonna go out there and even though she might not tell it, she might have a confidential friend, a confidant, and she tell her what happened. She get to running her mouth, and her parents find out about it. Tell her parents, "Hey, your daughter is messing with this grown old man." Automatically, the police gonna have her to set you up. Say, call him and see if he'll talk to you. Where do we live? We're gonna take you over there, and they'll put a wire on him just to entrap you. But you get 50 years in prison, and nothing happened to her. And she did it it was voluntary. You ain't forced anything on her. But they used the catch-22. She can't legally consent. No matter if she can't legally consent or not, she gave her consent. It was explicit. She knew exactly what she was doing. Some type of way, some form of punishment should be enacted on the female. Who should get punished? Her mother, the young girl sent to a juvenile facility, she should receive punishment, or they should lower the penalty in a situation where it's voluntary. Now, I'm not condoning it, but I'm just using logic and reasoning. There's too many guys rotting in a prison for the same type of incident I just described. It's too many guys. Now, up here in Dallas, a couple months ago, I went through the projects over here in East Dallas. And they got all these speed bumps. So you can't drive fast. And same thing, a real little pretty chick, man. She is pretty. And I had just turned the air conditioner off, so I had the window down. She walked right up to my car and come through the window. She said, "Excuse me, man, I'm looking to make some money." I'm looking at this young chick, 12 or 13. She said, "I'm looking to make some money." I say, "Ain't nothing like it." I said, "I can't help you." So I just felt sorry for her. I just gave her $20. I said, "Man, this is pitiful here." Now, this same young chick, I was standing out on the patio over in the unit where I live at, and she done came through that security gate. It was about 2 in the morning. It was somewhat dubbed because you got to have an electronic key in order to get in. The door closed. The door's locked at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. If you don't have the electronic key, you got to know somebody to get in this building. Got to let you in. So somebody let this young girl in. I could have went back and went in the hallway and seen who she was dealing with. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. But she was just smiling and singing to herself. She came on in. I don't know what happened. Maybe she knows somebody in this unit, but I'm looking at the proposition she made to me. She probably made it to a lot of other guys. Some guys gonna take her up on it. They're gonna say, man, this young pretty chick. I'm looking at, man, she pretty as a doll. She was a pretty little girl. But come on, man. I said, man, there's no way in the world I get caught up like this. No way. When I can go get a grown woman, no way. You know, they don't receive no punishment, and they allowed to do whatever they want to do. Get the guy screwed up, his whole life screwed up, but nothing happened to them. And it wasn't a forced act. You know better than to drink poison. Nobody ain't got to tell you that. Or if they tell you one time, hey, this is poison, this will kill you. You know better than to drink it. You know better than to propose a grown man sex for money. You know better than doing that also. But you do it anyway. He ain't forced you to do anything. Well, maybe they look at it in reverse. You should be old enough. If you mature enough, you should know to turn her down. Sometimes the power of persuasion outweigh logic. There's too many guys caught up with the same scenario. You know, it's holiday season. In prison, that was always the worst time for me. Holidays and seeing a parole officer. Man, I dreaded those days there. Holiday season, every time you turn your radio on, you're trying to listen to some music, all this Christmas music. Especially Christmas Eve. They're going to play Christmas music all day and all day Christmas. They're going to play Christmas music. And most guys, you can tell the holidays bother them. You don't even see that many in the day room. You can see it. You know, they're going to get a good meal. It depends on what mood the warden is in. I have seen Christmas at Pulaski unit. That's the home of Texas Death Row. That warden got pissed off because the guys had stole a lot of the turkeys and a lot of the Christmas meal food items they had stolen. So he fed everybody pork roll on Christmas Day. A pork roll, some mashed potatoes, a vegetable, no Christmas cake. I don't know what. Later on during the week, they start feeding the meal that they had prepared for Christmas. They give dressing this particular day, sliced turkey this particular day, cranberry sauce one day, pea salad the next day, but they didn't combine it in one meal. Warden said, okay, y'all want to steal everything? So now there's no food to feed you guys. And we ate pork roll. But they ate pork roll. Because at the time, I wasn't even working on death row then. I was working on the sidewalk. So I had to hook up. But everything come out of that kitchen, it basically come through me. I got the hook up. So I ate me turkey and dressing, but the rest of the guys didn't get to eat Christmas meal. You know, normally they feed you fairly decent on Christmas. Now back in the day under the old prison system, a prison looked like a shopping mall. Christmas trees on every cell block, Christmas lights. Or you go in the hallway, all the Christmas decoration hanging out. Now they don't even decorate a prison. You know, you might see a Christmas tree up at the warden's office. Over in the education department, one of the teachers went and bought a little tree. Or maybe one of the nurses back in the unit infirmary, she brought a little Christmas tree and put some lights on it. But they don't worry about the housing units. Where back in the day, everybody got a Christmas tree. Cell blocks got a Christmas tree, be presents underneath it. They have a big Christmas party. You can take pictures. They have the band jamming. You can go to the gym. They will show a special movie. Give everybody a hamburger, a cheeseburger, and french fries, and a soda. Go to the movie. Ain't none of that happening under this modern prison. The old prison was harsh. Man, they were serious about slave labor. Now, it's so many inmates don't work at a prison, it's pathetic. It's easy to play on the medical department and get exempt from work. It's easy to do. And a lot of guys take advantage of that. And a lot of guys stay assigned to the work squads because they never go out. Maybe once every 2 weeks. They don't have an emphasis on field work no more. So Texas prison is not self-supporting. That's why they eat so bad. No milk now. You get powder milk. And they got all them dairy cows. They got dairies. You don't get no milk. They take the milk and barter it out to one of these companies, and they use a bartering system. But the inmates don't receive the milk. Every blue moon, they might have some milk in the cold storage, and to keep it from spoiling, they'll pass it out. Or they'll pass chocolate milk out. But it's not, used to be, that was routine. You got that every day. You got cold milk for breakfast to eat with your cereal, or you just got cold milk we serve with every breakfast. Now, it's powder milk. Now they come up with the pork roll and the pork patty. The leftovers from the packing plant. They eat the food is horrible. Because Texas they never knew that they would have over 100,000 inmates. They got a lot of guys they got to feed now. The guard salary has increased. And the inmates suffer. The food is bad. So if you don't have money, then if you live off commissary items, it's a high probability that you'll get high blood pressure. You eating all that salt, Roman noodle soups. And, you gotta eat some type of way. And those guys cherish a Roman noodle soup. Sometimes, depending on your financial situation, that might be the only thing that you have to eat on one of the child. You might not enjoy pork casserole. You don't want to eat pork casserole. And if you say, well, I eat pork free, you're going to get a scoop of peanut butter and some extra beans. So you still might be hungry that night. And a lot of guys love participating in recreation. Man, you done went out on that rec yard, hooping, running, lifting weights, walking around, playing handball. You use up a lot of energy. So that makes you hungry. I know me, I loved to play sports. I never liked sitting up in a cell block. I see some guys, they like vampires, man. They do not want to go outside. They'll sit up in there and watch soap operas, watch reruns on ESPN. I said, man, they show this same stuff 3 or 4 hours over and over again. They just sit there all day. Maybe play a table game, but they don't go outside. Eventually you'll see that guy sick. He gained a lot of weight from eating that. Basically, the diet is carbohydrates. You're going to get a lot of that. A lot of noodles, a lot of mashed potatoes. If you're not working out, eventually you're going to start putting on a lot of weight. One of the keys to making it with a long sentence is to keep your health up. A lot of guys who got some snap, they worry about their health. They know it's impossible to do this long sentence if you're sick and you got to go to the medical department all the time. And you see some guys, man, they out of there. Their health is went all the way down. They don't even care no more. They got a life sentence or a big sentence. They don't even care. But most of the guys participate in recreation. Now me, every time I would be at work, when it's recreation time, I go back to my housing unit, get some tennis shoes if I already didn't wear them to work, and I'm going to hit that rec yard. If one of the days I don't feel like doing anything, I got old buddy, me and him just power walk. We just hit the rec yard, just walk and talk the whole rec period. I'm going to do some type of exercise. But holidays is a bad time. Some guys family don't even send them a card. I can understand it's hard out here and they don't have money to send you. But at least you can send a card and let you know, hey man, I'm thinking about you. Now they got the telephones. And a lot of guys get in contact with their family because whoever you call got to be on your visitation list. And they got to register and jump through some hoops, but you'll be able to call your family. I got to get this video uploaded because I got to do my second one for Patreon. Y'all come on over to Patreon. The link will be in the description. And I thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. And let me know in the comment section, what you think about the subject I discussed earlier. What should be did to these underage chicks who knowingly and intentionally try to entrap a guy? What should happen? Should the guy receive maximum punishment? Should they lower the penalty? I know some people got daughters, nieces, mothers, aunts, got female relatives, they're going to see things different. Well, me, I ain't even got to worry about it. I'm going to use rational and logic in the situation. Even though I'm not condoning, I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong. But what I'm saying is that they should not just be able to walk away on to the next one like nothing never happened. Y'all like and subscribe, and join me over on Patreon. Thank you for watching.